Hello everybody and welcome to Welpland on Planet Coaster on Welp Squad TV. This is the first time we're going to be actually looking at Planet Coaster. I've been playing the game a little bit off and on over, I guess, the past few months. I think it said August is when I had started this world. So it has probably been at least over a month now since I've been back to the game. But I finally want to show it off because coming back and looking at it, I was realizing that I've actually made something pretty cool. And I'm hoping to continually upgrade it and, be able to make it into something really neat and fill up the entire lot. I'll be able to show you how much of the game map I filled up. So anyways, let's do a tour of Welpland, and I'll get this thing actually running here so you can see what this all looks like. So this is how it looks when you come straight through the entrance. Hey there, Christian. Mind you, I've had to tone the graphics down so I could stream this. I actually had to turn the graphics down quite a bit. So we may be suffering a little bit of frame lag here and there still because it is tanking the graphics card. It is really tanking the graphics card. But let's take a walk down the main thoroughfare here. See what some of the rides and stuff look like. There's a Welp Dragon, there he is! I was able to actually put a Welp Dragon in, Christian. That's legit what he would look like. That's actually a custom coaster that I made. I made that one myself, designed that one. I will play with the sound while we take a look at this thing right here. How's that? That was about 10% less. I actually really like how this area is designed. I got this old school steam engine parked here. I get a lot of compliments how this corner looks from the guests in the park. So anyways, that's the whole of the park right there. So this took quite a while actually to assemble because you got to go through it, start with like one or two rides and then build it from there. And it took a number of hours to get to this point. I want to say probably just in this park probably about 10 to 12 hours, something like that. So it wasn't terrible, but it takes time to build up to be able to get through all of this to be able to make all the rides. So now we're going through a night phase. Night and day phases in this game are really weird. And basically when you come to a day phase, like we just did, we're going to have a huge rush of guests entering the park. At least we should, if everything's going right. See, like we're in like a downward sweep right now because it was nighttime. And day and night in this game don't actually register as being like one day at a time. Like when it goes through a day and night cycle, it's probably actually several days. Because you can watch the day timer down here. And it'll go from like one day to the next pretty quick. So see, we're starting to get a little bit more money here, which is good. So we're hopefully going to have an upswing soon. Basically, I got to start adding rides. That's the big thing. We've actually let this go a long time without me touching anything, so we're going to start adding something. And I like having the coasters down here. Sadly, not that many people have been getting onto this coaster right here. This one has been a little bit more popular, I guess, right here. This one's better for the little kids, too. So I designed that one. This is actually a custom one that I made, and I really like this one. I thought this one was pretty cool. I think those are the only two. It's just these two right here I've designed, personally. Please get close to the... Oh, do you want the pirate song? Dude, the pirate song is the best thing ever. This one? Get a little bit. And as you can see, it's a very popular ride, even though it was like one of the first few rides that I put in. Alright, look, we're up over 10K. We're stopping right here because we're in the middle of an upswing. See, there's people coming into the park now, which is what we want. So, I think I want to keep adding coasters on this side because I feel like I want to do other attractions on that side. There's things that I haven't really figured out yet. Like, the system that took me the longest to figure out is, let me pick a ride. Let me show you. This symbol right here. So, I don't know if you remember in Roller Coaster Tycoon, but you used to get an award, like a potential award, like a monthly or yearly award for having the prettiest park in the nation, right? So basically you put all the little frillies, all the flowers and the scenery things, like the nice stones and the trees and everything around your park. And made little gardens and things like that to up how it looks, right? So that added, not necessarily like a lot of guests to the park, but it like gave you like an award thing, and maybe that would do it. This game has it so every ride, every individual ride has to have a look factor, has to have a wow factor. And you get that wow factor by adding pieces of scenery in. So that is why you see around some rides, like some rides don't have any. Like some rides I have to add. But like you see just like this random little thing. Like we got the little statue right here. We have these trees right here. And this has all just been I added everything. Everything here. All these little things, all these little frills were added by me. All the flowers. Just to put something there in order to get people drawn to it. Because if there's like nothing around a ride, sometimes people won't even walk over to it. So like this is the one actually where the scenery, this took me forever because these little flowers here are like that big and you gotta like hand add each individual little clump of them. And I did that entire clump of flowers and all those trees. And this actually was very popular, but maybe it's being fixed right now or something. There was a bunch of people over there at one point. Theming mechanics. Yeah, theming mechanics. So yeah, I've tried to keep some of the themes like to an area kind of similar, you know, like I got this type of thing going. I thought that looked pretty cool. And I'm going to be doing, I got to add them still, but I'm going to be doing all the statues right here. I'm going to have a row of all the statues eventually. Not every individual flower, there's like a clump. Let me see if I can show you. I can show you and then I can get rid of it. I can just put a random, I'll just put a random clump of flowers down somewhere. Why not? Nature. Which one are you? I think it's that one. It's that one. So I had to put that to do all of that. And I had to try and make it interlock and not in a stupid way. So if you look through here, it's like... There isn't that many flowers that overlap each other. I had to kind of eye it and go through and pick it. I would say Black-Eyed Susans, yeah. That's probably the closest thing to what they actually are. But like here, see this? Look at, we got only one thing that's out of place. And we can grab that, move. Put that thing down there. Now it's in line. Daffodils? Yeah, possibly daffodils. Daffodils can get pretty tall, though. That's why I like the idea of Black-Eyed Susans. I guess they're pretty decent. No, they're not that tall. They're only up to, like, kneecap height. But, yeah, so, like, I had to go through and, like, figure out what was the best way to detail each area. And sometimes, like, that spot I spent, like, a ridiculous amount of time on. Because nobody was on that ride before. And then once I did that, there was a lot of people. Same thing with, like, here. I made this area as pretty as I could. So like that, you can see the individual clumps since we're up high enough for here. So some places it looks better than others. Sometimes you got to look at an angle for it to look good like that. But, yeah, there's some really pretty plants. I got to say, they did a really great job. And I am considering getting some of the DLC for this. Because there is some other packs that I can get. I may have bought some. I don't know. I can't remember if I did or not. But, I think for right now, at least, like, for the time being, we're going to look at how the park operates, how its current status is, and then we're going to look through some further rides to see if we have any new things we can get. Actually, instead of putting a roller coaster in, that looks cool. I don't have anything like that. I've got the log flume, but look at this whitewater thing. I want to see how big this is. Oh my god. Damn. Oh, I bet you it would, man. Dude, this thing is killing my task users. Probably need a 2 PC stream setup. Words. Words, man. So it looks like most of the places I want to put this thing. You know, I wonder if it would be better off if I custom made this thing. Cause that doesn't look like too bad of a build, you know what I mean? That kind of, I'm gonna be honest, that looks like a really like waste of a design. Yeah, I could build a hill up for it. That's absolutely right. But, like, for the amount of money that this thing costs to make, I've got money. Let me show you how you can make things in this game. So somebody on that could make that really cool, yeah. Somebody on the internet, when I was looking through this game and trying to learn how to play it initially, they said the best way to make a roller coaster, because everything that you do, like, in your main game is time-consuming. Every second that goes by, you really gotta be on things with what's going on in your park. Like, I got, just from the time that we were active, we're paused right now, but, like, the time that we were active, there's 15 notifications that I haven't checked. Because that's how much little micromanaging is going on. Robuz's Moose, yes. So what you do is we're going to make a custom one of these. I think that's the best way to do it. So let's take this. Save. Let's save it. So that's ready. We got our 10,000. And there's also a tool, I believe, to see how much, I can't remember exact. Yeah. Once you have it built, Once you have it built, once you have whatever ride you're making built, it'll show you how much it's going to cost to build that coaster in your other world. So what we're doing is we're going to go to here. We're going to My Parks. It's a water tube thing. Yeah, it's a water tube thing. I was thinking of maybe starting, you know, go towards making a water park. Because I have, you know, 5 roller coasters or something. And I've got the log flume. I could move the log flume. There's no reason why I couldn't move that log flume. You can pick it up and move it wherever you want. So let's go to the Welp test zone. This is Welp's Park. Maybe this is my section with my log cabin in the woods. I could certainly add something like that. I don't know if there's a log cabin thing to add specifically, but I could look into it. So yeah, this to show you, this is an active park, but this is like a non-challenge park. So there's not things I'm supposed to be doing. This is like bare bones basic. This is basically being able to build. So just so I don't have people screaming at me, I have everything like lined up for any people that bother to come into this park. But this is basically what I'm using as like my test grounds. An attack world for Josh? Yeah, I could start looking into stuff like that. All right, so first things first, let's get our walkway extending out here. We have paths. I like this basic path. I do like the look of it. Russia for me and Steven. I could eventually get there. I'll have to see what I got as far as building implements, you know, what I can work with structures and things like that. There are some cool structures, and you can custom make structures. That's one of the cool things, too. I can't, you know, it's not just custom making coasters. I can custom make a building with pre-existing parts, which is kind of cool. So we could see about the log cabin. There may be something maybe from like a frontier town type of map, and I can make something that looks similar to your house and stuff like that. We could play around with it for sure. Especially like in creative mode like this, there's endless options because you don't have to worry about the time. You just got to place it once you have the money to do so. All right, so we got this to a better length. I can do one more. Also notice no money. Like this is like a build map. So this is a build map where I can build anything I want. I don't have to have the money for it. I transfer that structure then into the challenge one. And it's a very common thing. It's not like a cheating thing because you got to really watch it when you're doing things in the other map because everything's timed. And then like there's a thing where like maps, for the map and rides and stuff like that, as years go by, the quality of that ride decreases and the interest in that ride decreases, and like it'll become like an old ride, and then after a certain amount of time it becomes like a classic ride. I think it's 20 years for the park for it to become like a legacy classic ride, and then it enters like a new status as to being like, oh, this is the old ride that everybody wants to go on, but like in that preceding time of like that 15 to 20 years nobody wants to go on it, and you're not going to have a lot of people. So there's things like that you got to watch out for. It's like Disney World with different worlds. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. Hey, like I told you, that last world that you saw, so like Welpland, what you saw is about 10 to 12 hours worth of actual time put into that world. So I think I did pretty good so far for having that amount of time with it. You know, I haven't put a ton of time into it. It's basically my first world learning everything that I can about the way that this game works. And I think I've learned at least a decent amount. I forgot some of it because I've been away from it for a little while. That's a lot for just, yeah, about 10 to 12 hours, because like I've spent like, you know, a couple hours in here. I spent a couple hours in here building these things right here, and I had like a first test park. I had a test park that lasted an hour. I forgot about that. I lasted 1 hour, and it went tits up real quick because I was not watching it very good. And then I started over, and I figured out exactly what I had to do to make a park last, like how to stretch my money out and then to be able to keep building on that money. And I came up with a formula for that, for being able to just keep adding rides. Then you add the scenery, you add rides, add the scenery, add rides, and do that. And then make sure all the guests are happy. Making sure guests' needs are provided for is a huge thing. And also taking a look and making sure that like the entrance price is not too high, because guests get really pissed off if the entrance price too high and you also have rides that are really high, because like all the rides in the park, that's where you're getting all your money from. So there's either really two ways you can do it, I guess, but I think most people do it this way, where every ride in the park has a different value associated with it, or you can do all that money up front. But if you have everything in the park that's really expensive too, like some of my roller coasters are like $10 a ride or something like that, you don't want the entry ticket to get into the park to be that high. Like I've got this huge park and I think my entry ticket price is $10, something like that. You know, it's just like a really small price to get into the park. That gives me a little something when I get a big bulk of people, but where I'm making the most of my money is the per ride, what people are doing per ride. So let's just do that. Let's see, be Disney and do both, or be Disney and do both, exactly. So at any rate, let's get this built. So it's track rides. There it is. It's this guy right here. Custom. So we want to do River Rapids. And look, I can even do a train. Can you believe I haven't done a train yet? Alright, so let's do this out here. So what we do here, we're putting this right here, right? We're gonna grab this thing. And this is the only part in being away from a while that I'm just gonna have to take a few seconds to figure out again. There we go. No, we're fine now. So this is how we can move it. That's how you move it around the map. Now we grab it like that. And we grab this, and this gives you the extra axis. And we want to use the rotate axis. Because we don't want this thing colliding with the walk. It's not super precise, but like that. That won't collide with the walk for a while, so that's really close. So we're going to go with that. Okay, so we want to go, so blueprint that, edit track, and now we can keep going. I don't know what Steve's world would be too, because whenever I actually say go nuts with building something and whatever we're doing, he usually like builds a giant hole in the ground. So maybe I can make a giant pit and put something at the bottom of it, like a big hole, and that's just like Steven's area. I don't know. Something like that. Oh, my world would be a giant train yard. Just put a whole bunch of random shit at the bottom of the hole that nobody can get to. Alright, so let's look at this track. So we are using, right now, conveyor belt lift hill midsection. So we have the conveyor belt lift hill start, so that's what we just put down. So we're doing the midsection right now. I'm not even, at this point, starting out with this thing, I'm not even going to pay attention to the price. I want to make this thing a little bit better than that one that they have as a custom thing, though. Or maybe at least a little bit better space-wise, because the other thing took up a lot of space, like an awkward amount of space. Let's try like that. So now we switch back to a regular. This is standard track. So I think we want to come down maybe halfways. I like things that do this. You come down like a halfway. Towards the end, maybe we can have a bigger one on the way back. Like steel can span a lot further than 6 feet. I think I want to go one more. Yeah, that's a good one. Now we're going to take a left. Wide left section. Alright, so now check this out. This is what we do here. You come to like this. And you get the turn going how you want it. Alright, I believe we're back to being level. Yeah, it's parallel. And now this sucker is going to go straight down again. Alright, so see, like that last section, we can't do that, so we actually have to go back. Oh, see, you can do like a little thing right there, too. And then that levels out, and that's about, we're really close to being level there. And when you get level, like once you get close to level with something, like when you're going to connect to something, it actually kind of like moves it a little bit just so it'll connect correctly. Isn't it really chill? There was a point in time when I mean, I really needed to start playing a game that was really chill, and this really did it for me. I don't know if I'm all that happy with this though. I think we're gonna get rid of that. I think I want this to go straight down. I think I want to switch. No. Now we want this. No, stop. And then we're going to have rapids. Okay, so this is what we're going to do here. Now we're going to start right back in with the upward angle, because you see how long this takes here? I bet you this is going to be more expensive than that other one was going to be. I think room-wise, though, this one's going to make more sense. Ah! Don't you dare. Okay. Looks like I can't go much shorter than that, huh? Let's try and save some room. Come on, stupid. See, it wants to highlight that thing because that's like kind of like the master everything right there. All right. Ooh, you see what I want to do? Check this out. Let's go one more. How are we on height? On clearance? Let's go that one extra one. Yeah, that's perfect. See, I'm curious how tight we can make these things, because that was pretty tight right there. No, we don't want to do that. And the question is, do we take up too much time with our doing that? And the answer is yes. So we actually have to delete that back. So I think we're actually going to have to keep right here, and then let's change back. See, it'll actually remove the pillars as you need it to. Oh, I think this is going to come out fine. No, that's clipping through. I don't like that. It kind of works, but I don't like when it clips. There. That's not clipping. Look at that! Tell me that's not hot right there. Let's see. Now we have to have this thing meet up. Done. Doesn't that look a little bit better, like build-wise, than that other thing it wanted me to make? I think that looks a lot easier to place. So then here's the big question then. Can I make this bigger? And here's the other big question. Where's the entry? I knew it. I knew they were going to cuck me. Look at that. Now, I don't know why they do that. It was how I placed it. So this actually isn't bad. We can have a walkway come under here. So this is what we're going to do. Yeah, this isn't that hard to do. This is actually cool. Dude, then I can detail the entire inner part of this. Have it be trees or flowers or any other, something nautical themed or whatever going through here. And this can all I can all fill up the entire inside of this. So I can make this work to my advantage. So just for test purposes, let's get this thing out through here. There. There's a lot of things. I could put like a cave entrance maybe right here. Figure it out. I could figure some stuff out for sure. Alright, so now what we need to do, we need to place the exit, and it looks like, boom, right? Look at that. There's your exit right there. Done. So let's test this thing. I also want to add a second one of those, because obviously there should be more than one. But let's see how she functions. This is the first test of the new ride. I have no idea how, like, the physics of this thing works, so I could have to go back and redesign half of it. That's how it works. It tells you if it's, like, too tough, or if it doesn't work, something like it doesn't make it up a hill on, like, the coasters and things like that, or if it would make guests too sick. I don't know. I think that's a pretty nice little gradual entrance to it, right? So basically, we don't want it to hit the red. We don't want it to get into a red zone. Excitement's good. Fear is not good. We're all in, like, really healthy zones. I think I actually did this thing without having to redo it, Christian. Crazily enough, I think I did it without having to totally redesign it. I'm curious how much this thing's going to cost. So we're gonna get the actual results from the test here in a minute. Stop test. So there's your excitement. There's your average excitement. So we have here nausea. Nausea is a big thing. You don't want your guests getting too sick. So that doesn't get anybody too sick. Fear, everybody's at least a little bit scared, and excitement The segment's around 4.52, so we can make it a little bit more exciting, even if we wanted to. So we can do something along those lines, like this right here. Like, I mean, we could do this up a little bit better, right? So this is the cool thing right here. So we want to go. Edit track. So this is how you make it a little bit better of a ride. Track limits exceeded. You see that? Do S-bends matter for this type of ride? I don't think so. I don't think S-bends would matter for something like a lazy river, you know? Yeah, I'm very surprised. I think that's a very slight... I think it's the like the attack angle, that slope. It would be too much if it went for it. But we can fix that. All we need to do is take... Like, I affected the grade of this slope a lot, so basically all we have to do is come back here. We just have to make it one less. So what we want to do is we want to take this. Down to there. Turn it back to there, so that stopped there, and this is going to continue going down. It would be cool for more organic flow, like a mountain stream. Right, so like what I'm going for with a lot of these rides, at least for this park, I may do a more advanced park after this, but I'm at least doing like a bunch of test rides. Like, this is the first time I'm trying to build a lot of these things. I just want to see what this thing does. I could build a second one that's like 10 times better eventually. Especially once I have more money flow coming in. So I want to see like what works and what doesn't, basically. That's the big thing. Okay. Yeah, don't you dare. So we should be pulling out of the nosedive. No, not yet. We can go one more. Pull out of the nosedive. Right, and this is a sort of safe from a car. Exactly. So we're getting a new ride. Oh. Now don't go doing that. We don't, oh no. No, we don't want that either. No. We want you, sir, to meet up. All right. Like that. That was a very gradual change in that curve, and it was able to take it. All right, so now I think that we made that, at least this peak, a little bit more exciting. We got a little bit more lift out of it. So what we're going to do now is, I think, try to add some more rapids, because I think rapids is the one thing that I can add a lot of. See this section right here? Already changed it to rapids. I think that's the easiest way to add a little bit more excitement to it, maybe. Oh, crap. We can add the whole thing. No, we don't want that. Hang on. We want that being standard. I'm wondering... Like, if that's all rapids, is that... So that's just the speed at which you're getting carried through. So we can go through a high-speed curve. Maybe the whole spiral down. Like, right here, too. Right there. So let's see if we get too much fear now from this. So we're gonna be doing a fear test on this, because right now the fear was perfect. Oh god. Did they wait? I don't remember starting there. Christian, did you see me change that? What did it do to me? Let's get that out of the way so we can start building from here, you know what I mean? What the hell? Why does it look like it totally changed the grade of that? It's not even letting me do a backwards thing. Look at that. That is so not right. Did you, like, lose a section on the front? No. So, like, this is all one piece. You can't... That's not... It hasn't been altered, basically. Nothing got touched. Weird. Hang on. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I know how to do this. I know how to fix this, I think. And then see, it's not allowing me to go back though. That's the problem I'm dealing with right now. I mean, I can redo this hill if it wants me to do that. I could do that, right? Why not? That's weird. Why are you being so picky? Is that it right there? I think I just lost it. Station. Oh, there it is, right there. Hang on. I don't get what the issue is. Now it connects, right? Oh, it does that. Okay, that's why I was looking a little weird. Do you see that? So it does do that. Are there enough water rides to do the whole theme park? I haven't. Let's take a look and see what we got. So I think it's just the two that are the major ones. We have the Rolling River and we have the Log Flume, and I've got the Log Flume already in place in my main park. There's other auxiliary rides. Wait, just water rides. So there's just these two water rides. It could be because there's a DLC for it and I don't have it. And that's what I think might be one of the cases here. Let's go to roller coaster, anything water related here. But your regular rides, there's other things like you can do something like this. Let's see the whirly rig. Let's see, not that. Where's that pirate thing? Christian's favorite ride. Or is that it? No, that actually is it. At least it's nautical themed, but yeah, that's all there is, I guess, in the base, like in the base package. But there might be a DLC for it. I haven't checked. So anyways, let's give this thing a proper test now. I know, isn't it? Isn't it like the most upbeat, amazing little song? It's great. Oh my god, it took away the entrance. Oh, Christian, check this out. This is cool. Watch this. Hang on. I thought up something really cool we can do with this, though. See this section right here? Placed directly next to existing. I bet you it's because it's a slant. I bet you it's because it's slanted, right? So that's a good question. If we take this out just a little bit. Yeah, see, like, I don't like that entire thing. We don't want that. Yeah, and then watch this. We can hold more of these things. That's what we want, right? Because this is a pretty big run. I bet you we can hold several of these, definitely. So that's a lot. That's a lot extra. And look at that. So it looks like it doesn't want to turn that into rapids now. Problems with even slight changes, yeah. So we couldn't make that, but we did get some rapids right there. Well, let's see if we can go back to it. Let's see if we can edit the track one more time. Let's pick this portion of the curve right there. So it's just not giving us the visual aid of seeing it. So this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna start this turn over. I feel like maybe we can go out one more. Get a normal turn in, right? Normal angle turn. There. See, for whatever reason, these sections, and this is the only thing I don't get about this ride. See if adding rapids in the middle curve of the spiral works. I can do that too. See, that's all one long piece. Okay, so let's take the now. We're just not getting that rapids effect, you know what I mean? Maybe it'll actually do it. Hang on a second. Is it because we're paused? It's because we're paused. That's why. God, that looks violent. I think we better slow it up. That whole thing is rapids is what you're saying. Like that. Let's see if this can handle it. This is a pretty long ride now. So let's go compare it to, like, That's My Roller Coaster. That's a pretty good sized ride, but that other one was like really huge. I feel like this is more space conscious as far as like at least how it uses its space, because this is pretty dense. This doesn't like the ride itself is not using, it's just long. I feel like this is a good use of space because, like, I can detail this interior. All right, let's see how this baby works. By the way, Hound of Hell, have you had a chance to try this game? Exit build. I think it's a way better footprint. And if I have to, I can even scrunch it in a bit. I may end up scrunching it in a bit. If that, like, lowers the excitement down, I can still do that. Well, look at the excitement build. Look at that. Well, there it goes, there it goes. They see it yet? Oh, they see it now. So the rapids look like it throws them. Yeah, let's see how the spiral works. Because if I have to, I can probably, like, I can make this even bigger. I could make the grade of this even more. We could jack it up and make that a bigger drop. But yeah, I want to see how much they get sloshed around now. Checking it out here on Twitter, might get a Game Pass. I highly recommend it. It's a very relaxing game. The music is awesome. And if you're really great, like, in games with details, you really love, like, adding little details to things, this is definitely a great game for that. Because the detail aspect, I'll show you when we go back here, because we're going to be going back to the main park that I built here in a minute. And I'll show you, like, how detailed you can get with it. I wonder what the wide sections provide. Wide sections. I have to look into that. I'm curious at the cost of this, so I wanna save this. And then see what it's gonna cost to build. All right, so what does this thing end up at? Is that better or worse? I feel like this area at the end kind of tanked the overall excitement. Is the excitement as good as the excitement as good as the bulky standard model? That's the good point. That's a great point. Let's take a look. So let's go to track rides. It is better. The excitement's better. Oh, yeah. Look how stupid this thing is. Look how stupid that is. That was a very poor pre-built thing. Look how much space that takes up. Yeah, so that's what we got. So I think that's what we were aiming for. Sorry, I gotta get the tablet's chat reconnected. Maybe you could fit other rides within the curves. Maybe that's what they're thinking. But regardless, I actually need to get this thing going here with some other things. We have to place that entrance. Which goes right there. We place an exit, which I had right there. And now, I think what we can do is select the ride and sequence parts. Testing. Operations. There's number of rafts. Watch this. Let's say 5. I think 5 looks like it's a good amount to fit there. Look at that. Now we can fit 5 of these things. Rafts 5. Okay. I like how this thing looks. I really do. So we have overview. Save as a blueprint. New blueprint. Look at that in-game price. We cut like $2,000 off the price of the damn thing and made it a more exciting ride. How much better can you get? That's nuts. That's crazy. Item title. Item title. All right, so this is Whelp. This is Whelp River. At least we're going to be Whelp River for right now. Oh, can we move this over a bit? There we go. There, that's nice. That's really a decent starting one. I don't know if it automatically uploads it or if you have to upload it or what, but that's not a bad starting one for peeps. That's $2,000 less than the one that they give you in your base park, and it's some more excitement. So that's not bad. For like, how long did it take me to build that, Christian? Were we working on that maybe like an hour? Something like that. Oh. Item description. Let's see. For 2K less than the base design. Factual. What if the other curve had more rapids too? The other curve right here? It could. I'm not convinced the rapids are adding a ton. I think it's the dips. Like when we're getting a lot of excitement out of it, it's the mega dips right there. We could. I wonder if we could overwrite that blueprint here. Or is it better just to leave that one curve? Let's see. Let's see what we get. The entire thing is rapids. The entire thing is now rapids. Now, how much more money did that cost? I didn't change the price. All right, hang on. Let's go through it. Let's go through. This is our last test, guys. So it made it maybe like 10 more or something like that. So let's give it, this is the last official test. So I want to see what it's going to be like with rapids, because we haven't tested this with, ooh, look at, okay, so they're all moving up. But that excitement builds quick. Hey, the excitement didn't get over 6 on that before. Like on the way up. I want to say it's staying higher because of the rapids. I think we averaged a higher amount. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the new average is going to be. See, this is what I love about this game. This is what I love about this game the most. We just spent like, you know, like an hour building this thing, but you can just tweak it and you can just really min-max what you're getting out of the ride. And that's why I absolutely love this game. It offers you so much freedom in what you're doing with your parks. Man, it seems to, I'm just curious of what's going to happen when it hits here. I think it should be fine because the rest, obviously the rest of the carts, nothing's there anymore. So it should be totally okay. It's got a little dip. That's all it's got. Little last dip there coming in. I think structurally everything looks fine. So what's our new average? Is that higher or lower? I think it's higher. Nausea went up a little bit. As my microphone almost goes through the screen. I hate it when it does that. I think the first one might have been 4.334. So let's see, maybe are you thinking that that's what the base one is? Let's see what the base one is. The base one is 4.28. So regardless, and fear-wise, it's less fear, less excitement. So you know what? I like it. You know what the best part is? Even if it like is the same amount of excitement or maybe a little bit less, extending this back made it so I can hold 5 of these, so I'm going to be making a lot more money with it because I can have more people on at once. So I got to factor that in too. Okay, I think she's done. She's done. We're ready to go to a new ride. I've got enough money now to add another new ride. We can make like another coaster or something because of how much money we saved putting this thing in. That's a huge amount. That was a huge amount we saved. Updated blueprint. Okay, so everything's in place. So that means what we're going to do then is we're going to exit the menu. No, wait, we don't want to do that. Save park. Welp test zone 1. Now we want to exit to the menu, and then we're going to go back in. And I hope our load time is better than it was before. Play my parks. And I think since it's already loaded up once recently, the load time should be better. When I first tried to load this park, it was like, I don't know, almost 5 minutes, I think. Ah, there we go. Alright, I'm going to pause things immediately. So, just so I can give you guys a little bit of an overview of the park and what's going on right now, let's take another tour. I did this when we started today, but let's take another quick little tour starting in Welpland here. So, we have the Planet Coaster. This is the eatery right here. So, we have the eatery right when you walk in. This is just the main thoroughfare leading down. I started out with a lot of small rides. I tried to just get as much money-making rides as you can first before I attacked the big coasters and stuff like that. Because it's better to have a bunch of the little rides where you can make your money. And food, guess what? That Cosmic Cow Milk, that thing made me more money than most of my rides was making for a while. Is having food and drink. Having food and drink. You don't even have to jack the prices up that much. It's just if you get enough people in your park, they're going to be going and they're going to be getting drinks. And especially if there's only like one vending machine. I had one vending machine. Its monthly profits were like insane because it was the only one. And then you got to read your notifications. It's like when you're reading your notifications, you got to see, you know, park guests are thirsty or stuff like that. So then you know to add more machines. And then you got to go to each machine and make sure that they're in a position where it's like they're actually getting money. Because like you can have one that's in a bad spot. And you can notice that its monthly profits are down. Like it could be losing you money. And then you immediately move it to a different part of the park. And it could jack them up. Now, another thing too is you can actually gamble with it a bit. You can take that same thing, put it in a part of the park that seems to be a little bit more empty, and you can shift around your vending machines and force people to go to other parts of the park just to get to the damn vending machine because it may be the only one around of its type. And then they go to it, and then they also ride all the rides because then they see it. So that's other things you could do like that too. So it's a little bit give and take with everything that you do in this game. So I've had to play with it. And like I said, I haven't had nearly the amount of time to play with it that I think most people that really play this game do. But I was able to figure out a few little things like that in my time with playing this. So it's relatively basic, but I tried to make it look pretty. You know, like this is one of my favorite spots right here. Let me see if I can get a good zoomed in. I like this little thing right here with the sleeping dragon. I thought this was a cool little wraparound. So that's the log flume right there. Flight of the Dragon. This is the custom one that I made right here, this guy. And we got this other custom coaster. Oh my goodness, are people actually riding my custom coaster? Look at that. That makes me so happy. It makes me happy when there's a lot of people in line for one of my rides. This one, never usually a ton, but we're getting some. There's usually people waiting to get on it, so it's not like it's a waste of money. There's just not a ton of people waiting for it. This one, on the other hand, it looks like there's a decent amount now. Now, I think that I could do better with this ride. Like, if I wanted to go do and redo this ride again, I had no idea you could add to the size of that. I knew there had to be a way, but I didn't know how to do it. I would redo this entire section right here, and I bet you it would let me. Like, if I shut this ride down, since there's not a lot of people on it, I bet you it would let me, and I can make it so we could have more carts to get more people on quicker. So, the next thing I want to show you guys, and I think I'll have just enough time to do it tonight, at least to start building one. I don't know if I'll have time to finish it. But once I get this thing put in, once I get the water ride put in, I want to show you guys making what it is to make a roller coaster. Because roller coasters are a totally different ball game. you gotta really take into account that fear, nausea, and excitement, because it can get real bad real quick. And it took a long time just to get this thing to work. And again, this is honestly, just looking at it's a little bit of a mess. I think this was my first one, but it came out looking all right. I mean, like, I would go on. This is the type of roller coaster that I would probably go on, because I like ones that don't have tons of crazy loops. I don't like going upside down. I don't mind going super fast around crazy curves, but like, it was not bad for a first attempt. This one, I think personally, this for like being, I think this was my second attempt. Sure, even like a twister run. Oh, you have no, even like something that's like one little shift off, you know, like how I was moving in increments for like a corner. If you get one corner off, that can throw the G-forces way too high and make it so you can't like legally run the ride. Like, you can, like, it won't allow you to do it. I thought this came out quite well. I thought this was really cool. I thought the drops on this were pretty neat. Okay, so this is how much space we got to work with. I'm thinking about putting a ride out this way now. I think it's about time we had a ride go out this way. So let's take rides. Let's go. Actually, we want track rides, right? So we want custom. Track, power track. Rivet, blueprint. There it is. Welp River. And that's your difference right there, guys. More fear. 0.3 more excitement at 2K less cost. Alright, so we're going to build this thing at an angle, I think. We can tuck this thing right in. So basically what we need to do is we need to build it first. So I need to build it first so I can get this thing rotated. Toggle advanced movement. So we want to rotate it like that. And now, surface move. And actually we need, so this actually needs to be turned. So we need to advance. That's right, because it needs to be that direction right there. I mean, I think that tucks in really nice. What do you guys think? Is that good spacing wise? I kind of like that. And that means we get the path. The path goes off over there to go and get it. I think that's what we're talking about right there. And that utilizes the property pretty good. That's some good real estate space. So let's take a path. I bet you I can put some rides and stuff here too. I wonder if I could put, there's gonna be like a ride. I'm gonna put a ride, I think, right here in the middle. So I think I actually want this to go straight this way. Yeah. Alright, so let's stop that for right now. So we need a path to connect entrance to path, that's right. No, I don't like that. I think this path needs to be maybe a little further over. See, now everything's costing actual money, so I gotta be careful what I do with my paths and stuff like that. Obstructed, huh? Oh Jeebus. Listen to this build music. Tell me this isn't the greatest build music ever. Maybe we're ramping it all the way down. I don't know. I think that's a nice gradual ramp up, though, isn't it? I think that's pretty good. And if we need more, we can always redesign how the ramp is, but I think that's enough space for right now. I don't think we need that much more space than that. There we go. That's pretty clean, right? I could put some trees in here too eventually. Speaking of which, we don't want to open this ride without making it nice. Well, that ramp doesn't exactly meet ADA, but I'll take it. That's not bad. Oh man, I saved at least 2K doing that. Cedary. $12 inches? Is that 12 feet for every... Oh, 12 feet for every 1 foot drop. Alright, so it's a little not complying with standards, but let's face it, I think half the things in this park probably don't comply with that many standards. What is that? There's an anvil. Ooh, how do we like the palms? Is that overhanging? Overhanging a little bit too much, maybe? Have we made a 500G coaster? Sadly, the game doesn't let you. It doesn't even let you put it in the park. Like, you can't, I don't think you can actually run the blueprint. It doesn't let it work. Can you place landscape speakers? You can do speakers, you know. I mean, I could put a second one of those rides here, Christian. I could cheat a bit and put that ride right here. I could put one of those rides right here just so you hear that song in the background. I think that's better. See, it's not hitting people here as much anymore. I want them to hear this theme song across every inch of this river. Oh God, Christian, I don't know. There's things that I will have to find out, Christian, to make things work the way you want them. I'm positive, because you can add stuff like that in. I'm positive. Special effects, electricity. Let's see, pyrotechnics, water, fireworks, ambience, miscellaneous. You know, I have to research stuff. Hang on a second. Scenery. Come on. Audio. So there's ways to do it. I just don't know how to link a song up to it. What the heck? Let's put it right here. Info. Plays selectable ambient music on a loop. So I can select what ambient sound it is. You know what, Christian? I think I'm going to have to read some, probably in a menu when you click. There we go. Let's see if we hear. Medieval Street. Christian. I'm positive they have pirate. What do you want, bud? What do you want? I know you want some pirate sounds. What do you want in this place, bud? I don't know if let's Oh no, the octopus broke down. I bet you can clip a rock over to hide it. Oh! I just heard it. Kraken Pit. 50 cents a month to run the speaker, worth. I'm gonna keep it here. I wonder if there's a way to like up the volume. It's not giving me what I wanted. I'm sure it's not giving you what you wanted either. I will leave it there, though. All right, let's pause everything. Because this thing isn't open yet. And that means that... hang on. By the way, who is that? Is that Josh? Do we have a Josh in the house? We don't want terrain. We want scenery. Hello there, Josh. All right, so what do you say we do a couple of nice buildings with this theme then? I think we can even do some buildings. Shops, rides. Building. You know, we could build even, I mean, we could even make some custom stuff. That's custom. Let's go to blueprint. Let's see what we can put in for blueprints for right now. This is very space themed. You're determined to hear that song. I promise I will take us back over so you can hear the song by the end. I'm trying to look to see if there is a pirate theme. You would think there would be, right? Pirate Villa building. Oh my god. Judman of Judland. How's it going? Can you paint? I might be... Christian, there's so much I gotta figure out. There's so much I gotta figure out, but I do like this. These are all pirate structures. And then we can get that thing, we can turn it a little bit, we do the advanced toggle, we do that, we do a little bit like that. Maybe even grab it, and so it's a little closer to the corner like that. Boy, I think that does it, doesn't it? We got the two there. You keep trying to add very advanced stuff, which I'm okay with. I'm happy that you're getting into it, because I love this. I absolutely love this game. You know what's also very pirate is the fact that wood is going straight into the steel. It's clipping straight through. That's a very janky thing. That's perfect. I like it. I approve. I think pirates would approve of that. Pirate house large? Excuse me. Hang on. Can we fit this anywhere? Christian. 10 out of 10 wood architect again. You had me spend all my money on this, Christian, but you know what? I kind of wanted to make it happen for you. Let me see. Yeah, no, I think that's what we got. Very nice. How much? Alright, so now we get the little scenery things. And I'm gonna start this thing up really quick. You know what? Let's give this thing... We're gonna give this thing a test. Let's get this thing moving so we can progress along a little bit more. I probably won't end up doing the new roller coaster tonight, Christian. I think that'll be the project for next time. I think we're going to focus on making this look cool. I think we want that definitely at an angle, right? Like that. yeah. Oh, that's almost great. I just gotta move that palm. You can't have a palm growing up out of a rock. That just wouldn't do. Is there a giant skull prop? Christian, you're gonna be very happy. There is a giant skull prop. Oh, look at the money we're making, by the way. We're back up from that 3,000 level. We should be heading into a nosedive period soon, because I bet you'll be heading towards that night phase. But see, we have a constant flow of people coming into the park. And the nice thing is this is going to be open soon, so people will be able to go on this very shortly. Like, I got to get ready for it right here. The second that thing goes green, that right there, we're going to click the on switch. Oh, let's get money, by the way, set up. Money's probably good, right? I don't know. Let's make it $9. Well, what's my, what is this like? What am I getting from my log flume? $9 for that log flume. How much do you think this is worth? No, this can't be worth more than 8. That log flume's pretty big. Open for business. Where's that? Is there a pirate mascot? Yes, there is. We do have pirate mascots available. There's like little people. There's statues and stuff too. I just got to get back into it. So scenery. All right, so we got everything shut off here for a minute, so time's not progressing forward. There's an archer shooting. So let's just type in pirate. There's a kraken monster. I think it's a little too big. Oh, there's a ship. There's campsites. All right, how big is this? Oh, Jesus. Oh. I feel like it's too much for that area, don't you? I feel that's overpowering. Maybe we could, like... Maybe we could put it... Because we could do a whole pirate thing right here. Like, I could do, like... This could be the gate. We could do, like, a gateway here. We could do, like, a little gateway right here. And then have this be like the whole pirate theme thing eventually. Empty zone. Do a lake in that empty zone there. Could definitely think about doing that. I'm gonna have to play with terrain physics. I'll play with terrain physics. I'm gonna learn as much as I can about it. I'm so happy that we've been getting some interest with this. It seems like a lot of people are into this type of game, and this is one of my favorite types of games to play growing up. I loved a lot of hours on Roller Coaster Tycoon when I was a little kid, and I absolutely adore this game. It's fantastic. I think we just had a follow. Alpha Plays, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, I just think that the style of gameplay is fantastic. I love it. This is like one of my favorite things to do. All right, let's see what else we can do scenery wise to finish off this area, and let's see what we have the money for. So we have the leaning pirate. Do we want him like on the corner? Ooh, what do you guys think of that? Look at that. As the people are coming up the thing. Look, he's looking at everybody as they're coming up the ride. Alpha Place. Thank you. Let me give you a full, in case you didn't see the full view here. I started with all the little rides over here, and then I kind of started expanding out this way as being the coaster section of the park. Oh, we're back up to we were back up to $6,000 too, so that's good. We should get some more interest. So what we're going to have to do, this is like a different thoroughfare now. This is going to be a whole new thoroughfare coming this way. We're going to have to put new things in this area. Going to have to start stocking up on a couple more vending machines, maybe some type of pirate-themed eatery that we can make. We can custom make some pirate-themed stuff like that. And we can get that all set up around here and then do like a big entrance right here, just so people know to come into this separate area. Something chill but also creative so I don't get distracted. Yeah, Christian, I'm glad you're getting a kick out of watching this. I can play a ton more of this then, because I really enjoy this game. Pirate Angry Shot. So I'm going to turn all these guys. Should I leave that the way it is and have a separate thing with this guy? Oh my gosh, there's so many little pirate-themed things. Christian, I can detail the hell out of this. All right, let's get this guy turned around. Can you put one up on the balcony? Put one up on the balcony. Oh. $1 a month for the angry shot. So he must have some slight animatronics with him. That's not that much. Run on trigger, loop, stationary, play once every, stationary, turn off the subject loop. I wish there was, activate on trigger to respond to an external trigger events. Okay. So that should be like when people walk by then. There we go, the guy in the corner there. And I wonder if this should just be like the little Pirate Cove thing. I guess we could add more to it, huh? I guess we can make like this entire section eventually the pirate. If you do the boat, I want Kristen at the SS. The SS what? I think for triggers there's a control board which needs to be placed. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna have to do some more research. Apparently I've got a lot of research to do. Let's just keep it the loop for right now, and then I'll get more advanced with things as we keep going down the road. There we go. Oh, there's a cannon. How does that look? Got a cannon right on the top deck. Oh, he's hiding. Look, there's cargo here, and he's hiding behind that, right? And then he shoots you when you come around the side of the cargo. That. Right there, you're coming along the walk, and then boom, gunshot right there. RDRR, but I'll sound out the letter. Okay. Gotcha. RDRR, the USS RDRR. I like it. How much money we got left? We got quite a bit of money. Look at the nautical archway. Guys, what do we think about this? That's bigger than I thought. Holy shit. Hang on. I mean, that's pretty good. Look at that. So this is like you're walking in. So let's get down to like level for right now. Let's see what we got. Like we're walking in. Got the pirate. So we need something here. We clearly need something to cover the back end of the log flume. I mean the river thing. We're coming down here. Boom! We got the pirate right there with a gunshot. I like this. This is really cool. I can really deck this out. Oh yeah. All right, let's see a little bit more. My running costs went down super fast. Turned out I had too many lights. Too many lights. Okay. You know, it was a funny thing. The thing that I read, when you're starting your park, the biggest thing that I read when you're starting your park to save money, don't spend too much money on concessions. That was a big thing that I read about. And I mean, like, you can have, like, vending machines, because vending machines, upkeep-wise, are very cheap and inexpensive. As long as you have some food in the park and drinks, that is actually enough to keep a smaller, general-sized crowd happy. So only when I got to, you know, hundreds of people, I think it was like hundreds, close to 1,000, did I put in my first, because I got I got 2,300 people in the park right now. I think it was closer to like, I think it was over 500 people I put in my first like little eatery. But now you see this, we got the people at the Hats place, and these are people buying food and stuff like that. And now when we got this, I put this in like, I think over 2,000 people. We have a full-size eatery now. There's like 50 people in there at once, and it's able to make the money. So like we come over here and let's take a look here. There you go. That's last month's profit. So you see we're turning a positive profit on it. So that's how you got to really go about this game. To figure out what's doing good and what's not, and also figure out what buildings, for happiness sake alone. So like if people are asking for something just to keep the general happiness of your park open, I mean higher than what it is. Basically taking slight losses for certain things just to appease certain groups of people. You don't want to take a ton of losses. Last month's profit. But see, like, you got to go around. I go around and I check all these things every once in a while to see what's doing what. The eatery place? Yeah, so that was actually the standard eatery design. I think that you can design, you can custom make things, but this was like the custom thing. And then I had to go in here. So let me show you the inside of this place. This is actually kind of cool, if we can do it. Come on. There we go. Boop. These are all different eatery things. So you basically install these in here. You install additional ones, and as you can see, it's like really janky. You install additional ones. I think it's different space. It's different space as well as different establishments. Like you can have different amounts of eateries. So like we have this place. Number of brands being used by this restaurant. So restaurant expansion. These are the expansions that I have in place right here. So it took me a while to figure this out by itself, like to get that worked out. To get them all stacked in there. And then you see how they kind of come through the roof? Well, that doesn't look too bad because they kind of look evenly spaced. It kind of almost looks like a features part of it. So I didn't care. Just with how I had it. I guess it's partially laziness. I could probably fit them in a little differently. But I actually thought it was kind of cool. They got the little dinner symbols. It wasn't that bad. I feel like if you look at it like that, I thought that's actually cool looking building like that. Looks like AC. Looks like AC units, exactly. All right, let's put in a couple little bit more features here, guys, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this back to being live again, and we're gonna see if anybody comes and tries out this new ride because I'm really anxious to see if anybody comes over to this new ride. So there's a mast of a ship. How big is that? Ooh, that's nice and big. How do we think about having that right here? As you're coming around the outside here, right? This is a good thing to have, by the way. Little things like that, people to put their trash in. Just at a couple points. We don't want to have too many. You don't want to have it too cluttered. Right at the entrance right there. People can throw their junk away before they get in here even. We have one right there. And a little bit one right there in case people need to throw up. There we go. True platform, welcome. Yeah, aren't the themed trash cans great? There'd be crap on the roof, mechanical. Exactly. So, I mean, you can pass them off as a lot of different things, really. Christian, there's a pirate band. There is a pirate band. I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm having a lot of fun streaming this game, I can tell you that. This is the first time I've had a chance to stream this game, and having a ton of fun with it. So I've been working on, I've got like about 12 hours in the park that I'm on right now, something like that. Or at least, yeah, 12 hours of game time, that's right. And I've done research and stuff like that outside the game too. This one is so funny when they did the performance. Put it along, that's what I was thinking. I think I'm gonna putting it right at the edge of the queue here, so maybe I can get the mast moved to a different part. Okay, now that I know that exists, let's get that moved for right now, and we're gonna come back for that. So let's get terrain.
Mini whelps! Now handle it!
Thank you so much for the follow. Let's see what that was. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. True platform. Thank you so much for that follow. Let's see how much this messes things up. And we want to go up. I think we're gonna be just okay. Pirate. Right? Just installed this game randomly, know nothing about it, so just thought I'd check out some streams. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I don't know if I'm the best stream to check out about this game, as I don't have a ton of hours in it, and there's little janky things all over my park. But I've been trying to figure things out. The best thing that I can tell you when starting out with a park is don't go too big on the ride. It's better to have like a couple smaller rides rather than one big ride. And that's for multiple reasons. One, you get the multiple income sources. You have more people coming into your park, and that having multiple rides is allowing more people to be able to do things within your park. The second is if one of them breaks down, if you only have one big ride, that's the only ride in your park, and there's not anything for them to do left. And then the other thing that I read on the internet that made a lot of sense to me is that you don't have to worry too much about concessions right off the bat. Just make sure that you have vending machines, things available for just food and drink, just so that they can get both of those basic needs set up and have like one bathroom set up. And then just have like, you know, one janitor, one mechanic to start with, one police officer for the theft, and then go up as you go. You got to keep an eye on your population of your park. Keeping an eye on the population of your park and matching the people that you have employed in that park with that population of the park, that's a big thing. So let's see here. I don't know, does that look stupid? Pretty much kind of old Roller Coaster Tycoon, except really, really like blown off the charts old Roller Coaster Tycoon fundamentals. So like, let's come over here to one of the rides, or like one of the eateries. Let's take a look at this guy right here. I think that one just got fixed. That's why it's so low. You got to look at the individual profit from each ride, and not only individual profit. You see this right here? This is Q scenery rating. So this is like all the stuff that's around it. So like there's a couple trees and stuff near this one, but let's see if we can find one that has a higher Q scenery. I think it's this one. Yeah, look at that. 100%. You can get up to 100% because it's got all this cool stuff around it. You got to work on getting the Q scenery rating up on everything, just so basically people have something to look at when they're standing in line and they don't get bored waiting for a potentially long line. Like this one right here. Let's take a look at this one. This one's probably... I bet you it hasn't built up high enough because I got a lot of stuff here. So I got to come over here and do something to this one. This one isn't quite good enough yet. Bonkers and do a pirate theme park with all the stuff that is available. There is a lot of pirate theme stuff. My cousin, so CC Nowhere there is my cousin, and he's also one of the streamers on this channel. So this is Whelp Squad TV. My name is Greg. That's Christian. There's 2 more streamers on this channel. We have Josh and Steven, and we've been streaming on this channel for over 3.5 years now. And we play a huge variety of games. Like, this isn't the only game that you're going to see. We've been playing a lot of Phasmophobia lately. That's been one of the big titles. Trove is another thing we've started getting back into. We've been playing a lot of older MMOs, things like that, experimenting with different games, just having a lot of fun. So you'll see a huge variety on the channel. That's why Whelp Squad TV, we kind of wanted to have it be like a TV station where you're getting, you know, a different show every time you come on. There's going to be something different. Oh, the only real set show that you're going to get, Thursdays, Josh does Simulator Thursdays pretty regularly. And he picks a different simulator game to play on Thursdays. So there's that. And then on Saturdays, that's when the full squad tries to play. We try to have all 4 members of the squad on Saturdays. I'm all about getting details in it. There's a ton of details. Please, is it possible to see the entrance? I struggle with that part the most. My entrance is not great. Basically, I went with a fairly basic, the basic aesthetic look. So you got this. I didn't go with anything flashy yet. I could totally... Oh, wow, there's a lot of people coming into the park. That's a really good thing. Basically just this aesthetic approach. I wanted to have a row of trees. I wanted to have this... This is your main thoroughfare when you're coming into the park. I wanted it basic, but I wanted people to say, hey, this is the main thing where we're going to be branching off from. I've got all the vending machines set up right here because obviously this is the first pavement that I made. So we have all the vending machines set up right here. Everybody's all set. You got the eating areas. It's all close to the entrance of the park. Very accessible for the guests. And then like I'm going to start doing little signs like this. Like this is like the eating area sign right here. We got these little signs here, and I'll probably place these a little bit better, but just little things like that. Ooh, I thought it needed to be a huge grand entrance after watching the tutorials. No. I mean, look how many people. We already got over almost 2,400 people in this park, and there's nothing grandiose about it. It's just very aesthetic. You know, it's kind of a nice thing. I tried really hard, like that row of trees. Like, if you look at that row of trees, I tried to get that as straight as I could. And it takes a while. I mean, there's a couple where they're a few inches off, but like I tried to get that as straight as I could, and that continues down pretty much through here. I wanted to keep one look down that entire thoroughfare, and then you turn right here. You got the corner, and then you have that one look continuing on. I thought it looks cool. I don't know if it helps with the guests, but I thought it ended up turning out pretty good. So really, as far as like everything goes, this park is very basic. I haven't put too much time into mastering a ton of different things. I'm basically just trying to master first the idea of getting a ride in, getting people situated on that ride, making them interested enough to want to wait in the longer lines in order to get on it with that scenery detail, and then moving on to the next thing. And I'm trying to get all these rides built up so that eventually that income flow, if something breaks down, like if I have like 2 or 3 rides break down, the rest of the park's income flow is still going to cover the rest of it. And that's at the point where I am right now because I've got a ton of rides. So let's get time moving. I'm going to add some things like, I think over here, this right here, I'm going to fix that in my own time just when Just when I learn how to do more stuff with the terrain, I'm going to try and make this look better. But we have that there for right now. Let's take this boy, and then we're going to move that really quick. Let's put that guy like right here for right now, just to give us a little extra little something when you come in, the little mast. And I'll figure out better spots for everything. But let's get this moving. I want to see people come over here. Because this is going to be the big thing about whether or not we get a lot of people over here is traffic flow. And I'm thinking we may want to add traffic flow. You see this right here? I'm just worried about how it's going to look. If we were to take a path from here, because this is a heavy traffic area right here. If we take a path from here and we move it all the way along here, so we'd have that path going here to the entrance and have it meet up here, that might bring more people to the pirate area and be able to come straight in here like that. That was my thinking. Okay, so this is new, and this is turned on. QC rating. I guess we have to have more people stop by, because clearly there is, within the confines of this ride, and even over near the queue itself, there is a ton of things in place for people to look at. And we're going to add more for sure. So nobody is even going down there yet. Nobody wants to see the new ride? Come on. Come on, peeps. So I'm probably... Oh, he's running. Oh, God. Oh, he turned away. Why'd you turn away? What's he doing? Did you steal something? Sir, did you steal something? Where are you going? This man right here. I don't want to buy a souvenir. A park entry is cheap. I hope Insanity 2 is safer than it looks. No? He's pretty chill. For your reaction when the pirates perform the music. Oh crap, we should probably get over there and listen. Hang on. How often does this thing go off? I approve. All right. I approve. That's pretty awesome. Oh my God, that cannon shoots? That's so cool. We have a person. Wait a minute, we have a person. Multiple shops are very busy. Oh my God. Look at my profit. We just shot up from 5 grand to 11. That's nuts. Oh, stupid Kindle's messing up again. Come on, I want to see one person get on this thing before we close out for the night, because I think we're getting close to that point. Flight of the Dragon is no longer regarded as new, and guests will no longer be willing to pay a premium ride for. Okay. I think the price on that thing wasn't terrible as it was. Let's see what you think. Oh, she's going. So she wants to go on. Okay, so she's past that point. So obviously price isn't an issue. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought I saw people on there. Oh, we got people coming. Look we have people coming. So what we want to do is we're going to end up along here doing little things too. We want to have at least one more ride in this vicinity. That way we can draw more people over to this side of the park. And I really think I do want to do that interconnecting line. I'm thinking about taking a line from right here and drawing straight through to here. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. You're covering it, FYI. What was I covering? Your webcam? What do you mean? What's wrong with webcam? Oh, that's why. You know what? I'll have to figure out a better spot. Your webcam is over the money. Oh, okay. You know what? Hey, how does this look then if I was to change it to like just up just so we can see the money? How does that affect anything? Does that look good, guys? Just for future use for this game. And it's successful. We have folks that are routinely going to be getting on this thing now. We just have to draw them over here better. And look, people are here. They're coming in groups. Possibly not as fast. Oh my god, the population of this park went up by like 400. Alright. So we're at that point right now where we just had a huge surge in the park population. So I'm going to have to go through and do a whole bunch of micromanaging and put out all the fires that I'm sure are going to have started now that we've got more people coming into the park. And I'm going to take care of that probably on my own time. And then we're going to try to do some more exciting build stuff next time. And I'll come back here and I'll probably go through here and clean this up a bit and put some new stuff in. So I'll have some stuff to show you guys there. Alton Towers is the same ride as that red swing called Rush here in the UK. Oh, cool. Is that red swing? Which one is it? Which red swing? Which one are we looking at? We looking at this one right here? That guy right there? Oh, cool. Yeah, I think that's one of the cool ones. I do like that one. This is cool too. I always think these are cool. These are fun. And the nice thing about this ride, look how many people we fit on this. That is 32 people? There's 32 people on that ride right now. That's able to, and the cost for this is not, it's not super high. So that's a big thing to look into too when you're making your early park designs. Like, what was the first one that I put in? This ride. This is my first ride. Look at the line for this. This is my first ride ever, and people are still flocking to this. And how much is this thing still? I have this thing at $11. It is $3 more than that freaking water ride that I just put in. And it was my first ride in the park. And people are going to continually pay this because they love it. That's nuts. 4 each side, 8 per car. Why, is there 2 groups per car? Oh my god, it is double-sided. Holy crap. That's nuts. That's big. But yeah, no, this ride right here. If you guys are looking to start a park, this is like a big one to consider. This ring, everybody loves this thing, and they have since I opened the park. So that would be my biggest advice to anybody starting a park up. Go with that. And then this thing right here, I don't think I'm making a ton of money from this. Let's see what I'm making. I'm making $580. You know how cheap that ride is? This ride's ridiculously cheap. I think it's under $1,000 to put in. I bet you we can see how much that thing costs. $760. This ride is $760, and I'm still able to get $560 a ticket for it. Oh, Christian, do you want to hear the song one last time before we shut things down for the night here? see if they'll play it. Oh no, it's just starting up again. Alright, it'll start up in a minute. They're getting off right now. Come on, everybody. Oh, there it opens up. Look at everybody running. Are the kiddie rides for families? Are there kiddie rides for families? Yeah, this is one. There we go. Yeah, I tried to mix in all the kiddie rides in the beginning here, like on the opening stretch in the park. I thought that was a good way to go about it. Just for organization purposes, I have like all the small rides in like the opening stretch. There we go, and endless people wanting to get back into it. Look at that. Park's doing well. Park's really healthy. So what we're going to do right now, save Park. Because she's doing really good. And I think, guys, that's unfortunate. We're going to have to call it off for the night. This is one of the funnest solo streams I've done in a long time. I really enjoyed playing this, and I'm so psyched that we've had so many folks stop by who enjoyed it. I'm really glad that people had fun watching this, and I plan to do a lot more of this game in the future. Now, definitely. I mean, I had a riot playing this tonight with you guys, so we're going to keep designing. We're going to build Welp Park. It's going to be great. It's going to be really great. Make sure you hit that follow button if you haven't already to see more of Welp Squad TV. Plan tomorrow on definitely being a stream. If it's not this game, it's going to be Trove. We're probably going to play some Trove tomorrow night. Trove is a game we play usually on Mondays because there's a bonus thing that happens within the world that we're able to do on Mondays. And we'll probably be doing that. And definitely probably Tuesday or Wednesday there'll be a stream too. So should be a pretty active stream week as we don't really have any other plans during the night. At least I don't. And then we got Josh's on Thursday. And Steven, I think, is going to possibly do some solo streams as well. So we got all that to look forward to. So thanks again, everybody. Hound of Hell 666. It was so nice to meet you. Alpha Plays, so nice to meet you. What else we got here? Possibly more MMOs, yes. True Platform also. Thank you so much for the follow. Steven may play some more MMOs, yes, because he's been enjoying that. I think he's finally back into it. He seems to finally be back into the swing of things. He actually updated his OBS, so it's a magic. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. So, at any rate, thanks again, everybody, and have a good rest of your night. We'll see you again soon here on Welp Squad TV. So you all take care.